Okay, after we've set up the first 3 boxes in our lesson planner, we want to make sure that we're setting the correct date. Okay, this date is the date the lesson is being taught. If you're on an A-B schedule, it could be the date for both A and B's class meeting. We want to make sure that we do not extend this past the day that the lesson is actually taught. Students are always able to go back into your planner and see the information on the days they missed, but this is just letting them know that on this specific day, this is what occurred in the classroom. So I'm setting mine as today, and I can click outside of the box. Again, I'm going to let these 2 be. For resources, I'm going to open up whatever it is that will be required by the students to complete this activity. And I'm going to browse. Right now what I'm doing is I'm uploading the PLP template. I couldn't remember the exact title, so after I've browsed for it, I'm going to search for my title. In this case, I do want to make sure it says save. So now, in order to complete this activity, this is a resource that the students might need. Now, we want to make a custom activity that will end up in here that will show up on the student task bars. At the high school level, with A day and B day due dates, the easiest way for us to do that is to first create the custom activity within my course tree. Okay, I am adding, and I have to go down to activities, a custom activity. I'm going to give it a title. You may even want to include the due date in this title to make it a little clearer for students. I'm going to say complete and submit your PLP for the 2014-15 school year by the end of 2020. You may or may not have a description. Again, that would depend. We do want to give it a deadline, and since I specifically am saying this needs to be submitted by the end of today, the 20th, I'm going to make it reflect that. We're going to say yes, it's mandatory. Yes, it is active. And now we're going to add a new step. We're going to click right here to allow participants to set completion. Again, this doesn't mean that they're submitting it to you. This means it's going to clear up their task box a little bit better on their homepage and let them keep track of whether they physically completed the activity or not. Then we're going to push save. Okay. In order to assign this to your specific groups, such as your A-Day students or your B-Day students, I'm going to manage custom activity permissions. And I'm going to select the students for this activity. Here's where yours probably say something like Section 1, Section 2. We're able to rename those, and if you need help, let me know. Maybe this might say A2 or A4. I'm going to select any or all, multiples are okay, that I wish to assign this to, and say add. If you forget to say add and just press save, it's not going to go to the right people. We want to make sure that the permissions are given for this group of students to complete your assignment. And then we're going to say save. Now, this has just appeared here. I'm going back to my planner, and I'm going to say that I'm going to click on activity. And since I created this within my course tree, here is my activity, and I'm going to say add. That is what needs to happen for it to show up with an A-Day or a B-Day assignment due date in a student task box. It will also allow them to check that it's been completed. Since I only completed that or created that for an A-Day course, I would need to go back over here, add another custom assignment. It can look exactly the same as the first one, but this time, after it's created, because I'm giving it a due date, remember it's going to look exactly the same thing, except here, where this one says by the end of 8/20, this one will say by the end of 8/21. I'm going to give this its different due date as well. Remember to check here, say save. I'm going to manage this, select my participants, and this is going to be my B-Day groups, and save. Now I can see the difference. This one said 8/20, this one says 8/21. I'm going back into my planner. I'm going to upload this next activity. I can see the due date here and say add activity. And now I have my lesson planner with the date that it's taught, my 2 homework assignments, my A day, my B day. Don't worry about this group. It's just saying that this says you've got a due date of 8/21. It doesn't match here. I'm not going to worry about that right now.